Hello, my name is Dale Wilhite. If you want to find out anything about me, go to MySpace where I have an account. I also have an account with Facebook and Twitter. I'm right now in Hawaii. I'm on the island of Kauai, or Lihue, Kauai, and I should be leaving in the morning. Um, I'm just giving up an update of what this island's like, primarily the town of Lihue. One of the funniest things, though, about this town, I mean, it's absolutely hilarious, is the fact that they have wild roosters and chickens running all over the town. They're loose. Apparently, nobody owns them, and I don't mean just a few. I mean they're in the hundreds and maybe into thousands. I don't know how many more there are throughout the island, but they are all over this town. You go into any business and you'll see them in the parking lots. You go down the street in the road and they're crossing roads. You know, some of the chicks unfortunately get run over. I think some people have become so irritated with them they won't even slow down when they're in the road. You know, they'll just run them over. And so I think that's just a matter of some people here just being frustrated with all these wild chickens and roosters. I'm at the Kauai Palm Hotel, and as you can see the windows behind me, they don't really don't really seal when you close them. And you can't leave them closed long because you'll burn up in here. It can get up to 80 degrees, 82 degrees in this room in the daytime, and that's with all the windows open and all the trade winds blowing 20 miles an hour into the room. So it can get very hot here. They don't. It doesn't have an air conditioner. It's a nice hotel. It's just a little bitty one, but it's not bad. Stayed at one called the Tip Top Motel for about 1 hour 2 days ago, and got out of there real fast. That was a really terrible motel. And they advertise one price and go there, and it's almost doubled by the time when you get there. So you got to be really careful. But anyhow, I just want to give an update about anybody who ever plans to travel to Lihue, Hawaii. Uh, the Getting into the town from the airport, $5, $6 cab ride. They do have a bus system here. It can be anywhere between a quarter to $2. Some are shuttles, so those are a little bit like $2. Those might be the ones that take you to the airport. So when you get here, check first to see if you can catch a bus. Find out if you can catch a bus from the airport to, let's say, a hotel or something. Especially if it's in Lihue, then you save a few bucks on the cab ride, a few extra bucks. I don't know if they will or not. I haven't checked that one out yet, but they do have buses that go to the airport, so I assume they do. That would just run you about $2 and save you maybe having to pay a tip or anything. It just depends on your budget and what you can spend. Like I said, don't stay at the Tip Top Motel. Whatever you do not stay there. And they do have a restaurant there that closes right around, I don't know, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That reopens around 5, and it's just not very good. It's run by a family that's not very business oriented. The only thing good about that motel was that it had an air conditioner, and that's about it. But it's just a floor and a bed, and it's very primitive. Here at the Kauai Palm Hotel, it's a small room, but for one person, that's good enough, for me. And if you're only going to be here a few days, that's about really all you need. And you're not going to be here this much. You're not going to be spending that much time here anyway. Anyway. Like I said, they have a bus system here. They have a cab system here. If you go shopping, the main grocery store in town is very expensive. An example, they're selling something like a can of spaghetti, that Chef Boyardee spaghetti, which I'm a big spaghetti eater and chicken eater. That's why them chickens around here better watch out. Is something like $2.45 a can, or $2.65. Excuse me. You can get maybe like two for $5 or something, and then in some of these other cans they'll sell you four for $5. But you go to Walmart, it's $1.40. It's almost $1 less over there at Walmart, and even the bread here is almost $3. But again, you just go up not far away from here, and you can almost walk it just about. Is much cheaper. A lot of people don't like Walmart, and I don't like a lot of the stuff they do either, because they buy so much from foreign countries. It makes so much over there, and it's putting a lot of Americans out of work. But I do like Walmart for its food, and most of that food comes from here in the United States. So people forget about that, and it's a heaven. It's heaven on earth. Oh, that's another thing. Let me remind you that the Tip Top Motel also did not have a phone or internet, and here they don't have a phone either. So make sure if you don't have a cell phone or anything, make sure you carry yourself at least carry yourself a cell phone or one of those throwaway cell phones, that last 3 months or something. Ones you don't have to pay for. Uh, or have a contract with. I think you just buy airtime on them, and get one of those type of phones when you come over here. That's very important to have a phone, definitely. There's really no crime over here on this side. And again, if you're going to see the island, you're going to probably need a car. So be aware of that. And they're, Alamo and all of them are at the airport. They got Robertsville, Hawaii over here. And beyond that, and let me warn you about something. Every time I go out, when I come back in, I have to head right for the shower. It is hot. It rains more over here. The other night, I spent my first night was Thursday night, and it rained cats and dogs all night long. So it can really rain over here. Not too on the other side of the island. It rains something like 460 inches of rain a year, and it can really rain. And the only area I know of in the Hawaiian Islands that rains the most, where a great majority, or a lot of people live, that's over on the Hilo side of the Big Island, and that's where I should be going tomorrow, to the Big Island. But I'll be going to the dry side, the Kailua Kona side. That could change. I could end up going to Oahu first. I've already been to Oahu, but I may head for the Big Island tomorrow for about a week and see what happens there. And I might stay and work and live there. And things don't work out, I'll go to Oahu. If things work out there, I'll stay. If not, then I'll be heading back to the mainland. Anyhow, I just wanted to give you an update about what Lihue, Hawaii is like. To anybody who's interested. It's a pretty neat little place, but it's kind of isolated. It's not, it's a place to go where you want to get away from people, I guess. It's kind of like Telluride, Colorado, where I've been living for 10 years. It just doesn't have a whole lot of people. It's got a lot of tourists, and that's about it. But it's hot. It's like living in Vegas, and that's where I'm from. And I've lived part of my life in Florida, and it's like that. And so it's just hot. But out, at least in Florida, I don't have to go take a shower every day. Even though it gets up in the 90s here, man, it's just humid. You just drench, sweat. It gets so bad. Anyhow, I just thought I'd throw that in for anybody interested in coming to Kauai. It is one beautiful island. Make sure you buy yourself a ticket if you come from the mainland ahead of time, so you don't have to buy something more expensive like an inter-island plane ticket, which is over $100 now. And then they charge you something like $35, I think, for a bag, and $17 for a second bag, and so 50 pounds. It's even more than that. So be careful and enjoy going through those security checkpoints. Boy, the terrorists, like Osama bin Laden, must be really enjoying themselves, putting us through Hades, with all this security we have to go through just to get through the stupid, just to put our bags on the planes, or just to get a bag in a plane, or just to get up into the plane. It's just ridiculous now. And they've won a big victory in making life a lot harder for people. And but that's just the way the world is, and it's probably going to get worse. Anyhow, if you come over here, like I say, plan it out well. It's a neat little town. If you're going to see the island, you're going to need a car. There is no doubt about that. But if they do have tour buses, and those tour buses might come in handy if you don't have the ability to rent. Oh, and one other thing, make sure you carry yourself a credit card. If you do not have a credit card, a lot of these hotels will not, if this is unless you get reservations ahead of time, will not take you. The Kauai Palm here is accepting people without credit cards, but they take a deposit. Right now in the United States, it's becoming a serious epidemic where many motels will not rent a room out unless a person has a credit card. And a lot of people are getting themselves into trouble by stopping off somewhere, this is on the mainland, to get a motel room, and all of a sudden they can't get in because they don't have a credit card. And so sometimes, you might have to put a $300-400 deposit down. So you have to negotiate. Remember that, negotiate. Just don't give up on it. Unless it's a Motel 6 or something, then there's probably no negotiations involved. But if it's a family-owned hotel, whatever, you might be able to negotiate. All right, thank you for your time. My name is Dale Wilhite, and I hope this is a little bit beneficial to those who want to come to Kauai. Bye.